My English teacher used to, in middle school, high school maybe, used to always complain in students' writing if they used a preposition at the end of the sentence, right? So, for example, what should we stick this on? We have a sticker. I want to use it. I want to stick it on something. The question, what should we stick this on, is a totally natural question. But there was a movement in English grammar in the past that said you shouldn't use a preposition at the end of a sentence. And for whatever reason, the people who tended to pick up on this rule was created a long time ago to try to shape the language. Language goes where it goes. You can't change it manually. It is very similar to evolution. And so what happened was, and what I think still happens sometimes, is that English teachers need to feel like they're doing their job, and they need to feel like they know things that other people don't know. They have some authority, right? Maybe I'm talking about myself here too. It's an insecurity. And so that English teacher in high school would say to students, "Oh, you put on at the end of the sentence." But there's no rule in common usage. If you read a book, you'll read plenty of sentences that have on at the end of a sentence, and other prepositions too. There's no deep rule that says you can't do that. It's just some dude who was trying to make grammar rules a long time ago said that that's a rule. He said it. It's sort of like if you invent a currency. If people believe that it's real money, then it is real money. And if everyone believes that that's a rule, then it is a rule. But the problem is, most people didn't believe that that's a rule. They might have said that they thought it was a rule, especially if they were English teachers, but they didn't actually, because in their daily lives, they would still do it by habit all the time. Sort of like when people use the word like a lot. They're not trying to use it, it just comes out. And so, when I was in my English classes, I used to be I used to try to make my teachers angry and embarrass them. I don't know why. I have a naturally disrespectful nature when it comes to people who are in authority. I don't know why I'm like that. I'm a bad person. I can't help myself. If someone is in authority and trying to tell me what I should do, I will try to make them look silly. It's an urge I have. So I would listen carefully to my teacher, my English teacher in high school. And she used to, when she was speaking, unconsciously use prepositions at the end of sentences all the time. And so every time she did, in front of the whole class, I would say, "Hey, you just used a preposition at the end of a sentence. I just wanted to let you know." And eventually she got really embarrassed and she stopped doing it. She realized, oh, I'm just kind of saying this rule, but I don't actually believe it. So I think the point is, you got to be kind of relaxed, right? Language is a very bendy, flexible, soft thing. And you can't nail it down and put it into a box and say, that's what it is. Here are the rules. In fact, the people making the rules are making them to try to explain the language. They're not saying, all right, let's come up with English. Yes, good idea. Let's make the rules. Yes, good idea. Now everyone do it. Now, there are some languages like that, synthetic languages like Klingon from Star Trek, a lot of fictional universes, Elvish from The Lord of the Rings. Esperanto is a synthetic language. They come up with the rules and people speak it, but most languages are not like that. Most languages are organic and all of the rules come after. So I think that makes languages a beautiful thing. I love it. I think it's great. I think it's very interesting. If you have any questions, make sure you leave a comment in the comments. Don't forget to hit the like button. Of course, subscribe and check out my full English courses in the links in the description.